I'm completely wrong here, but my strong belief is you as a founder or you as a C-level exec, you need to understand what this tool is doing.
Hmm.
Again, you don't need to specifically understand the technicalities of this. You don't need to code anything yourself, sure, but you need to understand what is the capabilities of this.
Hey there. Welcome to the Speak and Flow podcast. I am so glad you're here. This show is for leaders who care. Leaders who know that when things get messy, the way we communicate makes all the difference. Every week, I sit down with incredible guests, founders, VPs, rising stars to unpack real moments of today where communication matters. We talk about what works, what doesn't, and how you can lead conversations that create trust, movement, and momentum. Because in uncertain times like today, your words have weight. Let's use them well. Let's dive in. Welcome, dear listeners, to the Speak and Flow podcast, where we dive into unique strategies and stories to help you and your team achieve maximum potential and momentum through communication. Today, I have an amazing leader. He is in the AI space. We're going to be talking about the conversations that are happening with AI. What are the things that we're resistant about, and what are the conversations that we need to have as leaders when it comes to AI? And he is the CEO of DIFFCO. He is an advisor to Alchemist Accelerator. He's an expert speaker and leader in the AI space in cybersecurity and also product development. As an advisor, he likes to help companies scale through AI, and he's also passionate about aviation. He loves coffee, and and so I welcome Vadim Peskov. Hi, Vadim.
Uh, it's great to be here, and thanks for inviting. It's definitely will be a fun conversation. How AI will change the world.
How AI will change the world as long as we don't kill ourselves.
That's a second chapter. We may skip it. We'll see.
I love it. I love it. So tell me, Vadim, what are you excited about when it comes to DIVCO, your company?
Yeah. So just for the context, again, we providing software development services for last 17 years, and we're doing a lot of work with AI specifically. And we see a lot of different startups and a lot of enterprises trying to change how they work and how they do things basically with use of different AI and different ML models. And I think this is the really interesting edge to be on because we see how things is progressing and changing in direction of what the future will look like in like a half a year, 2 years, etc. So I think what I'm really passionate about that the use cases and how we use the current software and what we can get from the current AI models, as well as the current products that we use day in day-to-day life, will be actually much more advanced and much more interesting in near future. So I think it's a really interesting way to see how we progress in this society, and the acceleration that we see right now, it's absolutely crazy. I don't think we ever saw so many companies growing so freaking fast. And I think we will have even more crazier stories.
Yeah.
So this is what we doing, and this is what is keeping me motivated for this.
How long have you been in the AI space?
It's a good question. Right now, I think it's 8 9 years when we started initially doing a lot of mostly it was a computer vision and ML work back then, and a lot of those things was called a big data, etc. It's a big the different kind of naming for the same things in a way.
I see.
Uh, However, it's been a long time.
That's so because from an outsider who had just been exposed to AI this year, and now I see so many people that have been in the AI space for many, many years. Like, but they're all of you have different expertise in the AI world.
We've
But
been
still,
cooking this for
You've
sometime.
been cooking this. It's been brewing. That's so fascinating. And so thank you so much for joining the conversation today. And so again, you see how AI can really change the way that we grow our businesses in such a rapid pace. And what are you hearing with the conversations of the people that are just resistant to it? What are they saying to you?
To be honest, I don't have a lot of conversation about resistance.
Okay, good.
I do have a lot of conversation of misunderstanding,
Okay.
because in many cases people tried some tools and tried to see what is possible, and they wasn't able to get the result one way or another. And in many cases, they just used the tool in a wrong way. So basically, in many cases, they will take a large tool and will try to uh, ask it even larger questions sometimes and do not provide any context. Um, and like, hey, I'm asking ChatGPT for something, and it's provided me a terrible answer. Is great. And I'm thinking that it's a useless tool. The reality is, in many cases, you need to explain what the heck you want as a result, how you want to process the data, how you want the things. Again, in plain English, no, again, magic here. The problem is that many people try to kind of like do a prompt with one line or two lines. It's great. It doesn't explain you what to do. So if you would ask your coworker that never worked on this problem before, you maybe will spend 5 minutes, maybe more, explain what exactly you want this person to do. And after this, you can make this work. In some
Hmm.
cases, we'll have a prompts that more than a page long to actually execute on things that we need. Because again, you don't want some random result. You want an exact result, what you're looking for, and sometimes you need to explain the things that need to be done.
Right, and providing the right context, and you're saying that having the right information in there sometimes could take up a whole page versus just a one sentence.
Yep, absolutely. Again, especially if it's a not like, hey, fix the grammar in this email, but like
Right,
help me actually research some kind of topic.
right.
So if you asking AI, help me find a better future for myself, my career, like some career advices, I have no freaking idea who you are beside your name, which basically sometimes will get not a lot of information that you can find online about you or
Mhm.
about your experience, about your strengths. So it is a lot of angles that you need to add to get the result. Same for business as well.
And earlier you said that companies are misunderstanding of how to use it. Have you run into a company that have used it, not knowing how to use it well and losing a lot of money or a lot of time, productivity, effort? Do you have an example of that?
I don't have a lot of examples of like losing specifically money. I don't think I've seen those cases so much, but I've seen a lot of missed opportunities
Mhm.
where you just having a lot of guardrails installed, and you cannot do these things and this thing, and you worried about the data so much that you will share with some model, and company not providing you in on-prem solution that actually not sharing your data. And again, it's not a complex things, so it's a again but when we do AI transformation sessions, when we help those companies, in many cases we see that management see this as like, yeah, let's actually make it work, but they themselves do not have a deep understanding of this. And
Mhm.
my strong belief, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, but my strong belief is you as a founder or you as a C-level exec, you need to understand what this tool is doing.
Mhm.
Again, you don't need to specifically understand the technicalities of this. You don't need to code anything yourself, sure, but you need to understand what is the capabilities of this. Because
Mhm.
let's say you have a construction and you buying a truck, you want to understand the characteristic of this truck. Can
Mhm.
this truck lift the certain weight and can it do X, Y, and Z things that you need? Sure, you want to understand this, and you don't want to buy a different version that will not be able to hold the weight that you need. Same story here. But in many cases, people just do not spend enough attention there. And they
Mm.
believe that, hey, I played with ChatGPT, or I played with Claude, or I played with Gemini, and it's good enough for me to understand how this works. The truth is, probably not. Probably you need to spend a little bit more time understanding the agentic approaches. You can understand how you can actually apply to your business, what the actual limitations are, what functions you can replace, what functions you can enhance with AI.
This is interesting. So, as an executive, you're finding that they're not as resistant as before. They're more misunderstanding. They don't really understand how to use it, the power of it, and how they can even apply it to a business
Yep.
to be strategic, right? It's more about, like you said, they're just using it to type in some prompts in Claude or in ChatGPT, and they think that that's the enough in understanding.
Yeah. So, and again, different companies, different execs, different
Yeah, right.
levels. But that's why we, again, for the last couple of years, we like really love to use the founder mode examples
Mhm.
of many companies here, and we have a lot of jokes about what the founder mode is and why it's a legal substance. But in
Okay.
reality, you need to understand what the heck is going on,
Yes.
because if you don't dive into the actual opportunities of what your business can do with this,
Yes.
you will be replaced. And what I see, like,
The
in
CEO will be replaced
the
or
businesses
the
will die,
company, the
the
organization.
whole
Yeah,
company, because
correct, correct.
in many cases, I see that, for example, let's take the insurance company as example.
Hmm.
I strongly believe that it's possible to build a large insurance company with maybe hundreds of people, not thousands or tens of thousands that we have right now, and do the same work even better,
Hmm.
which means much lower capex, which means much better profitability, which means we can provide better quality of the service and charge less.
Hmm.
And I don't think it's a problem to build those type of businesses. I think it's easy enough so many people will have those kind of examples built and really replacing. So
Hmm.
last year we saw, this year we saw the company that was acquired for 80 million with one person that built this company, which is, hey, one person worth 80 mil for like couple years worth of work. It's not really a sophisticated product, but I mean, it's a good product. The point is, he had no one else. It's just one person specifically that did everything there. There's not 10 people, not 20, one. And again, it is wonderful journey. And I think this is what is possible right now. And I think we may have $1 billion exits with the folks that maybe one or two people, etc. I still believe if he had maybe 10 people, it would be $1 billion, not specifically 80 million, but I think it's still a great opportunity for the growth. So you have a lot of ways to see this. And if the one guy can do this, it's most likely you can actually change the logic of the current business in the same way, that much more dramatic. But people scared because they don't understand, and they typically don't spend enough time understanding, and they think it's toys, while people on the other side actually earning money.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give an entrepreneur, with some employees, like 200, 300, 400 employees? How can they start to understand how AI could support this business?
I
What
think
advice?
it depends on the organization, to be honest. Because if you have a rights to do things in this organization, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for you to start implementing and learning those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that's really requiring a lot of technical effort,
Hmm.
but it is a basic visual programming that you can do with some tools, etc. Sometimes maybe some code, but to be honest, AI can write the code for you, so you don't even need to program yourself. So I think in many cases it's possible to do a lot of things that many people just, hey, I'm not a programmer. I was like, sure, but you don't need to be. It's maybe need to be executed in a code in some cases, or it's better executed with a code in some cases. But I think we will have a lot of tools, and we'll already have them, that like require zero coding, that you can build a great prototypes. You can create a lot of internal tools that will be used for different purposes, etc. That can be much better than the current flows.
So
Sure,
how do I know what flow and what even to program, right? There's probably so many workflows, so many different tools. Like how would I, as a CEO looking to grow and scale my company, how do I know?
if you don't know your flows of your processes in your organization, you should be replaced as CEO.
No, meaning like I do know, but how do I know which ones to start with?
Oh,
Sorry.
which one is taking the all basically the more team effort to complete?
Okay.
And my point is, in many cases, just to be clear, the right answer maybe not in AI. Right answer maybe in a different tool. I'm not saying that AI is solution for everything. No, it's not.
It's not? I thought it is.
No, it's not. It's not so accurate in some cases, and it will have some issues. And let me kind of maybe draw the picture of the things, how I think the future interfaces will look like
Okay.
in many tools that we use in day-to-day basis. I think we will not have people managing the tools specifically, and hey, we need to create this report, we need to do this, we need to send this to Joe, Joe need to review this, etc. So I think we need to see the interfaces that we will have is the tasks that prepared for us, already done. The report was already generated, the result was already there. You just need to review this and click send or approve or whatever. And in this case, you're going through the tasks that maybe you will take maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of your day going through those things versus spending a half a day on doing those tasks. So you're reviewing the results. So my point is, you can ask AI to again fully execute this flow, or you can ask be much more careful and execute this in a way that humans still approve this. So human review and understand what is going on, and saying, hey, yeah, here's a mistake. We need to fix this. We don't want to disclose this. We want to disclose this, etc. So it is a lot of details that you can add to the flow that will be again still involving a human in the loop, at least in the beginning, because again, strongly believe that in a lot of things in finance and in a lot of things in accounting could be really easily automated. Again, maybe same for definitely same for marketing, and definitely a lot of things in terms of the management. Again, why you would ask the same thing every day of the some team members, like, hey, can you send me this report? Yeah, I can do this for you, and can come to you and say, hey, here's the report, here's the key things that I saw in the report that not right. So I ask the question, here's the answers to the questions. So again, not complicated at all. Again, different businesses, different flows. But again, speaking of example of the insurance, again, we can profile, we can do a lot of research and understanding with AI that human underwriter definitely will not have time to do this. But we can learn from the human to understand what the things that we need to look for
Mhm.
to be able to, again, decline or approve or whatever we need to
Right.
estimate there.
Right. It sounds like a lot of the functions of a business will still be there, but it might, rather than have 10 people, maybe one person does it in
Yep.
marketing, or maybe like it could be completely wiped out, but maybe you just have one marketing person overseeing all these things and just saying approved or not approved or edit. And same thing with finance, same thing with accounting.
You're absolutely right. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's the case is that you would want to replace the humans with
Mhm.
AI. Yeah, in some cases it's true, but in
Yeah,
many cases it's actually different. You want to enhance humans with AI. You want
right,
to give them a tool to be more productive. So you can
right,
have the same workforce,
right.
but just do more things with the same things. Again, coming back to our insurance company, we can approve 10 times, 50 times more uh, estimates really, really quickly, just
Mm.
because AI already did the job and human maybe just need to approve this. Or maybe it's if it's meeting some level of thresholds, it could be approved automatically and we don't really need to have the approval of the human. So again, I think we can see the functionality that done differently rather than trying to again accomplish this using the traditional methods.
I'm excited. I know that how it's impacted me and impacted my business, and I could see that at a larger scale, what you're talking about and how it supports. And so can you share a client success? You don't have to share names. I know you might be probably under NDA, but what client success have you seen results from your work?
So let me kind of give you maybe a couple of quick examples that I think is making sense in this case, because like we can take regular flows that exist, for example, for really boring thing like again accounting or again financial planning, etc.
Some people are love it,
Some
but
people
you
love
and
it.
I are in agree. I don't.
Again, I'm big fan of financial portions. I will probably die if I will be an accountant. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, I have a lot of respect to these people because
Yeah.
I don't understand how my brain just wires differently.
Right.
Uh, However, again, we see so we build into the system right now that utilizing AI to do this functionality, and funny enough, and that we build in this system for public sector. And the core problem that we have, we need to convince the client, which is the states that will be using this, we need to convince them to actually use this tool in a way that will allow them to have probably 10% of the stuff that they currently have, because a lot of things is actually automated.
Mm.
And they're excited about this. The unions is not. But the fun thing is, this is the logic that we can bring to the table. This is the kind of approach that could be much different. And again, same with multiple other things that we build in day-to-day life, where we can basically change the flows and make it that again you collect information with AI much faster. You process different kind of information, or you provide the different insights to the end clients or to the team. I think like I can bring you one example of the one enterprise client that we have, large company that dealing in manufacturing and chemical industry. So we have a tool that used to create different type of reports there, and it is a large system that we pull in the data from and we generate new reports. Um, Previously, it was a team that did this. Currently, it's done by AI, and we have a human that reviewing this for legal purposes. However, it's all done with AI with basically minimum intervention from the human. And another thing that's important, we have interface for the end clients not just to review the PDF reports with which they had. Now it's a tool where they can actually ask questions and they can understand what is this going on, etc. And we saw many examples when they share this not with the technical folks, they share this with the VPs and C levels that can ask a question like, "Hey, what about this? How this progressing? How we can optimize this results, etc. Can we get more out of this turbine, etc." And the answer is most likely yes. and here's what you can do, etc. Again, it's have all the disclaimers that it need to have a technical review, etc. Sure, it's really, again, critical manufacturer. We cannot just like, again, assume things. We need to have a multiple confirmation. However, based on data, we can make this tool that will tell the client multiple options how they can improve this and how they can make it really, really quick on a board meeting versus, hey, can we send this someone and get their response in 1 month? No, they can do this in like 15 seconds.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Congratulations on that. Congratulations. You're at this really inflection point with the work that you do and really seeing the results for your clients.
I think we'll have much more in
Yeah.
this regard that will be much more disruptive to the current flows.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that if you master understanding of the current tool, you can do much more with this. Because in many cases, again, if you, I understand many people don't really big fans of reading manuals, but in some cases you actually need to, and you can, again, in real life you can break thing and after read the manual, sure. And for home appliances, sure, please do this. Um, but for everything else, you need to understand the capabilities. And the point is, those capabilities changing every day.
Yeah.
Each day
Yeah.
I'm reading something in the news that I was telling a year ago that, hey, it's probably 5 years ago away, it will not
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
possible, etc.
Yeah. Right.
Every day. This is absolutely astonishing, and I don't think we actually seen anything like this. I
Right.
don't think we'll have a GI soon. I don't think we can ignore the progress that currently happening with those tools and think like, hey, yeah, we probably will be okay. No, we will not. A lot of at least thinking type of jobs, so basically anything that knowledge workers do, I think will be replaced really soon, one way or another, or enhanced if you're smart, or replaced if you're not. So
Yeah.
play how you want it.
I love it. I agree. I agree. So, Vadim, so what would you say to these people, these entrepreneurs right now? What is the mantra that you would like to share?
I think the core thing is always the same.
Hmm.
It's the same playbook. Experiment more. The people that win in business, not the people that have the most genius ideas in many cases. The people that are dumb enough to try this multiple times.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think the core point is trying more and experimenting more and seeing opportunities and being bold on solutions.
Yeah.
Because someone will, and someone will take your share of the market if you will be slow and if you think that, hey, the tool is not there. The point is the tool is not there today. You need to think how this tool will enhance in a couple of years, so you will see the opportunity to implement this to your business that will be much more disruptive, because someone actually doing this right now and they changing the way how they will compete, and you will not be able to outsmart them and do this much faster than they did, just because they're already running in a basically speed of sounds. You need to be even faster
Right.
than this.
Right. Like you mentioned, so take it, read the playbook, understand it, implement it, do it fast, do it quickly. And I would suggest hire someone as an expert like Vadim so you don't fall too hard. And so
Or
how
experiment yourself. I'm really
experiment
encouraging people to experiment themselves.
experiment themselves, but I'm also inviting them to contact you in case they have questions. Would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you
Great.
can
And
Google
so
me and find me on LinkedIn or X, etc.
wonderful. So that's how you, if, get a hold of Vadim. You have any questions about how to implement AI into your company to accelerate, grow, and scale? Yeah, contact him on Google or LinkedIn. And That's it. That's all I have. I really appreciate your time today, Vadim. I think that we had a great
Thanks for inviting.
conversation. It was really wonderful to hear. I learned so much. I am so glad that we have people like you at the helm, leading the charge in the AI space and helping us to grow with it and learn how to use it better.
Appreciate it, and experiment more, and we'll have fun.
We'll have fun. We'll have fun. Just don't kill each other, right?
That's the next chapter. We'll see.
That's the next chapter. Okay. All right. Thank you, audience, for being here. I'm so glad. Until next time, I'm your sister in flow. Remember, anytime you have a chance to communicate, you also have a chance to inspire and make a positive difference in the world. Much love. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in today. If this conversation sparked something for you, if you're thinking, we talk a lot in our organization and things still fall through the cracks, we're not getting the results that we want, I've got something for you that might help. It's called the Accountability Self-Assessment, and it takes less than 60 seconds. In one quick review, you'll get real insights as to why accountability and results are slipping on your team. And you'll walk away with a legacy accountability card. It's a simple one-pager framework to help you and your team move talk to traction. Because the legacy of you and your team is built more than just meetings. It's built on clarity, consistency, and follow-through. So grab it today. Go to speakandflow.com or click on the link in the show notes. It's free, fast, and built for busy leaders like you. See you next time. Until then, keep communicating with impact and momentum.